You don't gotta pay to play anymore, guys. Those days are over. It's your choice to click on a link and buy it. Big companies buying small companies, as a result, producing garbage. We're gonna cover in 2026 what speakers you should actually buy in a very unconventional fashion. Let's get into it. More often than not, you're gonna see a product in your feed, it's gonna say patented design, this design allows you to have sex or something. And then you're like, this is fantastic, check out now. And the fact of the matter is, I can make a product, flare the port ends of the speaker, tell you the air moves freely through it, therefore improves your sound. Now you're thinking, I gotta buy this. So we're gonna get into what really matters. Let's go to the internet and type in studio monitors. For $289, we're looking at the T7V. It's like, okay, that's for a single monitor. Let's break down what could the driver cost in there. They have plate amps in the back too. That costs money. And the fact they're able to package this into a $290 price range after it's shipped off, boxed, packaged, marketed, dealers making money off of it. I'm sorry, Adam Audio. They went boom. Their old speakers sounded great. And I did have an old S3XH. That speaker was, I thought, the best thing I ever had. Well, not when I had to keep on bringing it in for service every 2 months.
Clear.
Let's move on here. There is good value to be had with these cheaper monitors. As you can see, I don't talk out of my butt. I have Adam Audios, A7Xs. I love them. Maybe not enough because they're allocated to rear duty. They're not my mains. They're not on my bridge. I don't use them to make discerning decisions. Little Sidequest. Dude, why do you look like a stiff fucking board? It's probably because it's 12 degrees. Bro, you're like sitting there, you're like... Dude, it's a nice shirt, right?
It is a nice shirt.
Nice shirt.
He had to flex it on you guys.
All right, we're gonna go continue this video. Mackie's CR 3.5, $100. Garbage. If you have to break down what it went into building that speaker, the drivers of them couldn't cost more than $5. That's a stretch. Next. Aventone CLA 10s. If you want a pair of speakers that are emulating garbage speakers, then buy garbage speakers. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's gonna bridge into what I'm gonna cover later in this video. I could tell you straight up, Yamaha's a great company, but they didn't design those speakers to be high fidelity monitors, and that's the point. You don't gotta buy a high-end speaker either. I may sound like I'm contradicting myself. The moral of the story is, it really doesn't matter what speaker you buy. I just can't fathom being force-fed these products. For a little side quest, at the end of this video, we're gonna be doing something a little unconventional, like I said, so stick around. You got your big names here. They're all decent companies, but they're just force-fed. Now, what about the companies that you never heard of, like APS, for example? This is something that I'd look into if you're serious. APS, classic. Nobody knows about these because they don't pay for their marketing, they pay for their product. And I'd love a sponsorship with them. I'll be transparent with you because I believe in their products. These guys right here, look at this underwhelming website. Nothing about this says, I gotta have one. That's good news. And I'll tell you, just go to Reverb. Oh, look at that. Some smart guy's got this in their cart right now. Look at this. Predicted to sell soon. Marketing. Those are something I'd put my money in for, sure. If you really were on a serious budget, man, for the price, I know I hate when people say for the money, this is a good speaker. It doesn't sound fantastic, but it got me through the lowest points in my music mixing history. And I know the speaker really well, which brings me here. You could mix on a Bose soundbar and get a good result. The only limiting factor is you and your ears. If you can't learn how your speaker sounds and then how it translates, you're gonna have a hard time on any speaker you're mixing on. You could mix on a piece of garbage and learn how to compensate for that. Well, I'm going to show you how the Yamaha actually measures in my room. Here we go. I got Yamaha HS7. I got a Dayton Audio microphone. The Dayton Audio microphone I have, it is calibrated. It's meant for recording, so you'll see an accurate representation of what we're hearing. So this is the sweep that I took with the HS7s. What does actually make sense to me is this whole area over here at the 4Ks. I definitely noticed that when I listen to these speakers, which is why they come off as a little harsh. However, they do the job, and I've spent so many years with these things that I know how they sound. We will be doing a speaker build on this channel depending on where we land up. If everyone's interested and engaged, we will build a pair of speakers and I will make them share their plans and or build them for anybody who's interested. We're gonna do it. If I had to make my strongest recommendation, these speakers are some dough. I'm sorry. That's why I gave you the example of the APS, which is cheaper. These speakers are almost $2,000 a piece. Crazy, right? Here's the list. Yamaha HS7 or 8, APS Classics. And if you're on the higher end of the budget, Quested H108. I am serving you in 3 different price brackets here. This applies to everybody. Now, if you don't want to spend money at all, here's the bracket for you. Don't buy anything. Buying nothing does not hinder your performance. You could take a Bose soundbar, mix on it. If you learn how they translate, you're golden. Seriously, like I'm not trying to sell you something. All right, the time has come, guys. We're gonna be putting a pair of speakers that I did not talk about to the test.
What's up, guys?
Let's go. Come on, let's do this. The goal here is, I'm just gonna tell you, I can't hold it in. We're going to blow the shit out of this speaker. We're gonna, like, the woofer is going to skirt beyond limitations. I have an amplifier that is over 400 watts per channel, and we're gonna send it all to one speaker, so let's do it. All right, guys, so I did some thinking, a little change of heart about how I feel about this speaker, and nothing is influencing that thought other than my own feeling about it. The speaker has served me well over the years, but without further ado, we're still doing this experiment.
Mike, what are we doing?
So what we're gonna be doing is we're going to strip these wires here, put some banana plugs on it, and send my enormously overpowered amplifier into this woofer and just blow it up. Now, before I get haters in the comments saying, bro, you completely defeated the purpose by destroying a perfectly good pair of speakers. Well, this is a single speaker. So, that woofer is lasting a long time, man. So, moral of the story is, the Yamahas in 2026, they are still relevant. Those are the #1 pick for me. If you want to up the ante a little bit, APS Classics, nobody knows about them, which to me is a fantastic sign for product quality. If you really got the dough, the Questeds are a fantastic choice. I run a pair of Questeds, the bigger ones, for myself. I found them for a really good deal, which is why I have them. And the special thing about the Questeds, and nobody knows this, is they are pretty much ATCs. I've heard a pair of ATCs in real life, and then I come home to my studio and I notice a marginal difference in sonic footprint, but they're the same speaker. This is not to be confused with the fact that you don't need to buy anything and still translate fantastically. This is the Interlandi project. We are built by ear. Till the next one.